Hello and welcome to Jokakaka. I'm Jim,
And I'm Sam.
and we're here, a JoJolion chapter review podcast, here on this
Yes,
wonderful day to talk about.
the last the
Ch-
last chapter of year 2020.
oh my god, it is the last chapter of year 2020. So this is what, chapter 103.
Correct. Endless Calamity Part 9.
So yeah, damn,
Awesome.
good. We love to
Like
see it.
yes, you know how it was truly 2020 when Jim has the sixth sense of knowing when the next chapter's out, not me.
That was really weird.
I
So
literally wake up my first alarm, which I never do, and check my phone, and Jim said, "Oh, chapter's out." I'm like, "Awesome."
yeah, it was really funny because today, currently for me and Sam, since we live in Eastern Standard Time, it's the 18th of December, and the chapter released around like 10 a.m. this morning, and
Yeah.
I had this just weird like premonition. I was like, I should check my phone, and the second that I reached down to check my phone, I got the notification from our Discord. Hey, check out our Discord. In the Discord, there's a role you can assign, which this is like the greatest thing ever. Because if Sam doesn't send it to me, the Discord notifies me. There's a role you can do that's immediately one of our mods will send out a mass blast when the new chapter's out with the link. And I literally, like, the moment I picked my phone up and looked down and opened the screen, I got that. I was like, oh my god.
It's time.
So yeah, chapter 103. It was really
Yes.
fucking good. I liked it.
Yes. Get ready for Born This Way
Basically,
chapter.
I was blasting Born This Way while I was reading it. It was very hype. Um,
I had the whole lead up like faintly hearing Born This Way like progressively getting louder and louder.
And it's funny because if you've ever heard like the full version of Born This Way, not just like the chorus, it kind of has like a bit of a lead up, like a weird lead up where there's like random like strings in the background, and Lady Gaga is like, it
Lady
doesn't matter if you believe in him or capital HIM, and then she goes into her banger of a song, Born This Way, which I love very much.
It's a good Lady Gaga song.
It's a great Lady Gaga song. I don't really know any other songs by Miss Gaga, but
You know Poker Face and Just Dance and Bad Romance
I guess those are all of the four songs that I know
and
by
that
Lady
one song
Gaga.
she did with Bradley Cooper.
Oh, well, yeah. That Peter Griffin sang in Comedy Bang Bang.
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
the deep end.
That's now recorded, and now we have complete recording history of that. So,
Great. All right, let's talk about the chapter, Sam.
oh yeah, we had a chapter. So yeah, that we I had to take quick notes before we started recording
Oh,
this
I took notes too.
segment,
Thank you for reminding me. I'm
and
making them
I just wrote planes are bad and evil.
out.
You
Yeah.
got the JoJo planes are just always have to be bad and evil and a horrible thing to be in. The Rocky has to have a fear of planes.
I don't know. The man has traveled a bunch. I mean, maybe he does,
He's
but
traveled a bunch, but he's like must have had like a crippling fear of like this plane nothing's gonna go wrong on this plane trip like every time. But he's not like a fear where he can't step foot on it. He just has the thought once he's actually in the air of like something has to happen.
I
A
think
flight will kill me while I'm taking a nap.
I think you can probably. It would take more than one hand to count all of the horrible plane disasters that have happened in JoJo. And I mean, technically, we haven't seen a disaster happen yet, but I guess we're
It's
presuming that it's gonna. So okay,
can you imagine if nothing happens with like the part that broke off of it and it just never mentioned again?
I would love it, and it'd be one of those things that I didn't notice initially. It would be like a month later, where somebody like the month after JoJolion ends, and someone's like, "Hey, yeah, remember that chapter with the airplane? Nothing happened." It'd be like it's
Yeah.
a classic Gyro chapter from the Hunter x Hunter manga, where
Oh
Gyro is a
yeah.
character that is just not important and has not shown up again.
That was my favorite like reveal of when we did our Hunter x Hunter episode. Just like, oh yeah, that's not important at all.
Oh yeah, you
Like
know that entire chapter that a character got for backstory? They aren't in it
they're not
anymore.
important. He probably won't be introduced ever because
Uh,
of hiatuses.
minor spoilers for Hunter x Hunter, but not really. All right, but okay, I wanted to say one thing.
Yes.
I love the cover page, so I think it's actually
Yes.
going to be the thumbnail. Josuke. So there's actually two cover pages. Um, and sorry, hold on, Craig is being annoying.
Yes.
There's actually two cover pages, I guess, because I think this month
Remember
JoJolion was
the
the
Ultra Jump
cover.
cover?
Yeah, JoJolion was the cover of Ultra Jump, which is really, really pretty and it's cool. I like the pink. I like that pink. I like the blue Gappy too, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. Um,
Very. That's, all the covers for it have been awesome. I
yeah.
remember when it got the early like image or leak of it, I guess, and people were trying to like, "Whoa, someone else is in the bubble," but it was all the head doctor. Wonder if you.
Yeah, I remember looking at that too. And
So,
yeah.
oh, also, you do know about they had the little like bio things came out for in the chapter. We didn't get in like the actual like scan, but
Yeah, I didn't see the translated ones.
I have it up if you want me to read them.
Actually, yes, do that because I didn't look at
So,
them. And can you also
first one,
send them to me afterwards so I can include a picture of them?
yes, first one is Devin, of course, our
Uh,
favorite rock insect.
do 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 da dee doop da boop up.
As or to be called Devon, is a carnivorous insect that main habitat is a mountainous area. It assimilates in the rocks and sand on the Earth's surface and then proceeds to hunt for the small to medium-sized animals like birds and rabbits for food. Sometimes it will also attack large animals like deer. It has a physique like a sushi mat, but is actually an animal. When it stands, it assembles like scaffolding. The animal stabs using its stinger when its enemy extends the joints of its limbs to escape. Then asbestos leaks out of the wound, its enemy finally succumbing to asphyxiation.
Huh. Okay. Neat. I mean, I knew all that because I'm a big
Yeah,
brain, but I guess it's nice to
but
learn about how it like
well
hunts and
the
stuff.
main go ahead.
Oh no,
Yeah,
nothing.
well the main thing is the Wonder Review thing with
Um.
TOORU. Uh,
Oh yeah. Okay, read
so
that one. Yeah.
the yeah Wonder Review, the true form of the University Hospital Satoru Akafu, where the stand ability is the pursuer slash chaser suffers the strength of calamity. The more one pursues, the more death and destruction and the closer they are to meeting their end. The user Toru is a rock human. Toru's name was naturally made up by him for use in human society. His last name has yet been looked up by Yashiho. After all, not pursuing its best. So that made it be a mystery that his last name could be a reveal.
Ah. So
So
yeah, I saw. There's a lot of discourse about JoJolion, like leading up to the new chapter, and like of course when the leaks come out on Twitter. And I remember seeing a lot of people starting to speculate what his parentage could be. Like, there's all this idea that he could be. I know someone. I streamed last night too. I think someone said, "Do you think he's Joseph's son? Is he
yeah,
Kato's
I don't think so.
son? He could. I mean, it's a big mystery right now, I guess, or
His last
not. It
name will
might
be
not be a
Vinegar.
mystery. What was that, Sam?
Last name is gonna be Vinegar. Watch,
Vinegar,
just because.
Toro vinegar. I mean, it
Because
could,
Diablo didn't have technically have a last name, so
because
Utopia's
like,
closest thing to him having a last name.
well, okay. So he said he made up. He chose the name Toru for himself. Does that mean he even knows his real last name?
I don't think he, because the kid didn't never knew his mom. Mom just left him in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
So
Whatever. I don't
I
care.
think it's just a made up name. He saw something cool. It's another one just about like that he can change his its like appearance, but we kind of just know that nothing new came from that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So is that it for like the
but
those
yeah, we don't
little?
have to go to the last one.
What was that?
Yep,
Okay.
yeah, that's all three of them.
So just on the cover
So
page, I just wanted to point out I like this little overlay text that we see. It says those bubbles are lines and they spin. I just really like the spacing of that.
that's what we've been saying for the past chapters.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so yeah, we already talked about the airplane. We can kind of gloss over that. It's not really important. What I really want to
Yeah.
talk about, and what I've been excited to talk about, is just another L. I'm just handing another L to every Joshu stan who's like bending over backwards trying to justify Joshu's actions. Like, oh no, actually, Calamity was controlling him and it's going to kill Yasuo. It's like the beginning of the chapter just totally disproves that Joshu's a bad guy. Stop trying to redeem him. It's not a big deal that you don't need to fight for Joshu's honor. He's just a character in a story.
He would literally shit on you and like try to like molest you or something.
He'd pick your pocket and then he would laugh at you and he'd be like, "Yeah, that idiot tried standing up for me," and then he would spit on you. And then I guess they would love that. They'd be like, "Yes, Joshu, we love you."
Then unscrew like multiple parts of your body off.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought it was really funny because we see the last chapter made it seem like Joshu was going to like murder Yasuo. He was going to be the
He's
calamity. Well, that's some people. I didn't think that.
I
Um,
mean, he's having a whole mental breakdown, and him being being the one the murderer like in the family is like second behind Jobin.
yeah, and so what seems to happen, at least what I think, so Yasuo points down and says, um, "Look below you at the pot," and then it highlights that there is still a fruit that is not yet ripened, and he sees this, and then he staggers, then falls, and he never gets up for the rest of the chapter. So I
I mean,
think,
I thought you were gonna say the thing you were looking forward to is her seeing the head doctor on a tree.
oh no, no, that was really cool, also. But no, like, so basically, just to not have to mention Joshu again for the rest of this episode, um, he's he's pretty much like just. I think this idea of like having that other fruit is kind of like Yasuo saying, "Oh look, there's still a chance that you could get better, but whatever, I don't give a shit." Um,
Just to get you off my
literally,
back.
just
I have
literally
bigger
that.
things to worry about.
Just not have you murder me right this second.
So, but yeah, basically everything is just the I think like, are you approaching me has been like the main gimmick of this fucking chapter.
I really love that one shot. So it's the second time we see the head doctor standing on the branches, and
Yeah,
you can see TOORU just like in utter shadow, like barely make out his face and his hair hat thing.
his
Uh,
hair is his hair.
it's really cool. Well, there's still speculation. It could be a hat Sam. He could have stolen a hat from
That's
one
gonna
of
be
the
the
bees
biggest
that he
twist.
jumped out of the
It'll
hive.
literally be the biggest twist ever.
It would be fucking funny.
But this whole chapter seems like Araki saw the whole like month or two where the "Are you approaching me" meme was happening, and just like I can make this into a chapter.
I also want to say this is more about me. Um, I've finally come around to the Wonder of You design, and I really love it. Like, I love the look of the robotic stand with the like clothing, because like I guess we saw this stand ages and ages ago when he.
Seeing Sam with actual like real clothing on him is very interesting, even though like he still has the arm blades on him somewhere.
Yeah, I would assume in his arms.
Yeah,
um,
but I guess they're retractable though, because they'd be like piercing out of his fucking sleeves.
it's just really funny that Araki would go out of his way to design the stand with those arm blades, and then just completely
Not use
pivot
them.
and have like a really cool design, like just a totally different design. Like, I don't know if we will get a reason for this, but I think it's just really cool. I love the way that he looks, especially with the hat and the scarf. It looks really iconic to me.
Yeah. So, yeah, so where's Gappy? He says, "Are you approaching me?" But like, Gappy just the coolest thing, just like breaks a Jokakaka like tubes all over there, and like making him waste money, like lose money.
Oh yeah, before that
Uh,
though, there was a scene where we have kind of like a direct continuation of the end of the last chapter where we see Kei Nijimura
it's
is on the
essentially the same
phone.
thing of her on her way and her just knowing everything in the situation. So like,
Yeah, and it's
nothing has to be explained to her.
yeah, basically, and the reason why, and this is kind of like, I know people shit on Araki sometimes about like characters knowing a lot of stuff or like it being confusing when some characters know things, but this is perfectly explained because Holly just wrote all the plot on her body, and
Except
we
except for who
know,
the head doctor's like user is.
yeah, which that might not have been something that Holly even knew, but like
Yeah.
all of this other information was stuff that would have been relevant to either her needing to remember it or to Josuke as he was like uh woken up in the hospital when she found him.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think it's a very like clever use of, so we already knew that Holly had all this stuff written on her body. Now
Yeah.
it's used again in a really satisfying way. I love it.
And Yasha did not like shown telling her that it's Toru, right?
No, I think she just said that she knows the user, and so Kay kind of
Oh,
like
I
cuts her off a bit, and where Kay kind of just says like, okay, yeah, I know everything. Like I read my mom's body, I know all the details. Like
well,
I know where
I
he's
guess the
going.
user wouldn't be important to her, but I think she wants her to tell Josuke who it is. But
Yeah, so okay, I guess we can assume that maybe she told her off screen uh
yeah, I can
because
maybe see
we
that.
don't see her on the phone still when she walks back into the room later. So it cuts away. So this is what I like about this next shot is like we see as Josuke before he breaks all the bottles and stuff, the head doctor like turns around and acknowledges that someone else is coming. But he can't. He's like being distracted by Josuke. It's this whole scene.
Are you saying all this noise would attract other people to come to the room? Maybe. Like,
Maybe.
so much
Um,
stuff is breaking. Like Devin, like literally tore up like like the entire room and think no one would notice or like come over to investigate. You
mhm.
know how curious civilians are in JoJo. They get like caught in the crossfires of fights.
I like the idea that because you know how in like one of the first chapters, Josuke uses soft and wet to remove the sound from the wall, so that when he
Yeah,
breaks it, that makes no sound.
he just
He just always does that for every room he's in. He just removes all the sounds so that no one has to worry about. It's like that
the
spell in D
perfect
and D.
podcast.
Like what is it? Silence. It's like a spell that just makes
Sure.
everything totally quiet around you. That's what he does all the time.
So yeah,
Hmm.
then we go back to the room. Like I said, he smashes all the Jokakaka, which is worth 200 million.
Per
200 million each, or
vial.
just 200 per
Per
vial.
vial, he
And
says. So
it's
we see Josuke rack up what could only be multi-billion dollars in no, he's not racking up, he's destroying. He's destroying multi-billion dollars because we see at least like a dozen of them just in the first shot on the floor.
I'm just imagining someone like going into like where the vaccines are and just smashing them in front of like the head doctor because he has a beef with them.
What- Oh, that feels really horrible to say. It hurts
This,
me hearing you say that, but it's funny.
but yeah, but one of the best part people love is the comeback thing. Well, yeah, these these shoes are worth 7,980 yen.
It's so good. I love that. And also like I love that he's like I got these in an outlet. Like Gappy just doesn't give a shit.
Uh,
He's just like,
Fun
yeah,
fact,
I get cheap sneakers.
that is worth $77.23 roughly.
Yeah. Uh,
I just thought I wanted to share that. You're welcome.
this is such a great Josuke scene. Like Josuke, I think a lot of the time, like he's such a silent character. Having
He
these
is,
little
yeah.
moments of him like being
Talking shit.
super, yeah, super like, I guess shit talky is the best way to describe it. It just makes him seem like really confident and like it's so good to see confidence in this because like this whole fight has just been him losing basically. Like ever since the head doctors appeared, he's been this utterly like incomprehensible threat. But now Josuke is
Yeah.
just like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Like I'm just gonna fucking break all your shit, and you can't do anything about it. Come at me, bro.
Because I want him to like learn as Toru so he can talk shit to Toru and all that shit and like kind of taunt him over that.
And you're like, yeah, you know, Yaso, I tap that ass.
We shared many moments together.
We held
She broke up
hands
with you. We
under
held hands.
under the beech tree. What do they call it? The meditation pine.
No, not even. No, we had to be like, what's the tree that was like had the stuff that was attacking them in the earlier fight? Oh, what they
Which
call it?
one?
Oh, like one of the earliest like rock human fights,
Um,
like with all the stuff rolling down the hill.
Yatsuyo. I don't remember what the tree is. I think I made this mistake before, and someone made fun of me. I called it like the tranquility pine, but I think it's not called that. It's called like the peace like breach or birch or something. Whatever. There's
Some
that one tree. The one that the scene I think of is more recently when Ojiro was chasing after Tsurugi, and then Tsurugi used his weird power to confuse him, and
is
he
King
almost fell off the
Crimson.
cliff. Yeah, Tsurugi is King Crimson. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
something like that. So yeah, that's cool. And he actually gets the head doctor to leave the wall, fading through the wall, finally,
Hmm.
which is awesome. And then he's like dodging bubbles though, like his Matrix.
It is called the meditation pine. I'm very smart. Just wanted to
Good,
clarify.
congratulations, you got a big brain there.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the scene where the head doctor's dodging the bubbles. This is like to me like this is the chink in the armor for the head doctor. Like he knows that he cannot. So okay, the head doctor's whole thing is about redirecting things. He can't redirect the bubbles. Like that is like
Hmm.
huge. Like the fact that he has to move out of the way. The whole thing has been him like I don't need to fucking move. Like you're Mamazuka Rai, you can just put your little finger up against my face and I don't give a shit because I don't need to move. But now it's we see him multiple times having to dodge the bubbles, even how slowly they float around. Like, and then later we learn, oh, this is how we beat him. We got to throw these
Wait,
bubbles at him.
all right. So also, so he is like he's Toru's dodging from like miles away through like where he's at, and he's also like taunting him with another wonder review towards Yashaho. Like, so he's doing like double duty right now, trying to like control these stands.
Basically, well, that's the cool thing about this fight. Like, while I was reading this chapter, I was trying to think of has there ever been a time in JoJo where one stand user is fighting two stand battles at the same time? Uh,
Trying to thing.
Because I mean, he's kind of doing like, yeah, he definitely is. He's definitely fighting two battles at the same time, and I couldn't think of one. I just thought it was like this is such a great evolution of Rocky's like his the way that he fights or designs fights. Really
Yeah.
cool. It's really sick.
Trying to think. I guess someone probably would have an example of that.
Yeah, I don't know, because
All
like
right.
the thing with JoJo fights so much of the time is that like the world around them kind of goes away because there's so many fights where it's like, okay, well we know that all of Bruno's gang is like 2 rooms away. Why is this fight just between like this character and this character?
Part 3 had that as well.
Yeah, part three is very much like that. Like they're literally in the same hotel. uh,
We need a reason why Paul Narf is alone in his hotel room with no one coming to help him when he's like strapped to a bed.
and when he said he was going to meet up with them in like 2 seconds, whatever. I don't like that fight anyway. It's stupid. What's it called? Is it?
Ebony Devil?
Yeah, Ebony Devil. Fuck you, Ebony Devil. Worst stand, part three. No one likes you. Die.
Right. Remember part 3?
Oh yeah, we'll get there. So I just think it's really cool because with that you have to have all these contrivances. Like, okay, well these characters aren't coming out because X, Y, and Z, but here it's like, no. Right now, Toru is like in a simultaneous battle, and is really cool because like it just shows how powerful he is. Like he's able to keep 2 groups of people on the ropes at the same time. But now
Yeah.
we see that's not true anymore.
But the good thing is, like, he's trying to talk shit to Josuke, saying, "Oh, Yashiho's in trouble right now because she's under my stand ability. So you gotta like, what are you gonna do, bro?" And then Gappy tries to like shatter more. I guess he gave him the thought of smashing the vials, so he would like in a way to get to him to move quicker, the weird pursuit kind of way. But like it ended up getting the shards of glass into his neck,
So this
kind
is
of like
really
how
weird.
kind of like how equivalent to Jobin with like the thing exploding and like
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good comparison. It's just kind of confusing. So I have one element that kind of confuses me here. So the thing that is being mentioned now, and it was in last chapter as well, is this idea of the flow of calamity has an order.
yeah, I
And
saw that, and like Yashiho, like he mentioned Mitsuba as well was like in
yes.
that order, but he mentioned Yashiho was like before. Can he control the order of like who he put through there?
So here's my confusing thing. So like he says that yeah, and right in the scene, right before Josuke gets the shrapnel in his throat, he says he's saying Yasuho is in she's the next in the order, but then like literally the next page, we see Josuke gets the stuff in his throat. So does that mean that Josuke is now at the top of the order?
But like, but
Can
Yashiho is also in an order where like the airplane part is coming down like towards her, so she's also the order work concurrently, like simultaneously,
so that's the
but
thing, yeah.
at different paces.
That's kind of the what I'm getting at here. It's like so I'm guessing that he can. Oh, this isn't even a question. Like we know that he can affect multiple people at once. That is just a thing that one of you can
Yes,
do.
we know.
So here's the second part of the idea. So we don't know for sure where the airplane part is going to hit.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole idea of the top of the order is like that is who this airplane part will hit because that will certainly murder anyone that it hits. Like it is.
Yeah,
I
well,
looked up the size. It's like it's like a 4.5 foot long panel from an airplane. That will leave a
I
dent.
guess we'll get to that in predictions of who that's going to hit.
Yeah, but so yeah, I think is it the next page when he mentions that yeah, Mitsuba is also that was the other thing I wanted to mention. Mitsuba is part of this as well. She's part of this like flow of calamity.
It's so like she's like the one like the least one trying to like pursue him. But oh my god! But I feel sorry for her. But I mean, gotta piss her off. Have fun. Good luck with that, Toru.
It's kind of interesting. So like Toru is kind of being put in like a pickle here because Josuke is just destroying all of his stuff, and we know from last chapter that Toru is like very much just a capitalist. Like he just wants to make money, and that is it.
We don't know why.
We don't know why, but we know that it is real. And I thought when I first saw that, I thought it was a red herring, like him just wanting to make money. I thought that was kind of like a cartoony, whatever, not really tangible goal for like a villain in JoJo. But
Yeah.
no, this seems to be the case. He just wants to make money, and So it kind of made me think like, and I had this discussion I think last night with someone, or just on my stream actually, not with someone, but the whole idea that Toru, people are thinking like Toru's the main villain, and I just like cannot see that. Like Toru just wanting to be rich and wealthy is such like not a JoJo villain goal. Like he's just an arc villain, guys. Like, and it's a big arc villain, but there's no way he's like the final villain.
All right, let's go through villain by villain. I'm gonna everybody say what they wanted.
Dio wanted to rule the world.
Yes, both times.
Cars wanted to rule the world.
Yes, he wanted. Well, you want to basically make humans just be like, feeding grounds, essentially.
Yeah, Dio wanted to rule the world. Second time.
Yes.
Kira wanted to rule the world. Oh wait, no.
No, he wanted a quiet life.
Yeah, which is so okay. So yeah, already wanting a quiet life. That is such a crazy specific goal. That is like so
For a
perfect,
serial killer.
and it's so perfect for his stand too. Like his power is like built
Zero
around
evidence.
that. Yeah, exactly. And like he can just make anything disappear with a snap of a fingy.
All right, Diablo wanted to kill his daughter
I mean, talk about
and
realistic goals.
and spread all the drugs, all the drugs in Italy.
Yeah, I guess you could say like it is. That is probably the closest. Like Diavolo wanting to just be like a big drug lord.
But he was a mobster,
Yeah, so it's not
a
like
very,
I don't
a
know.
very sexy dressed mobster,
And also
a
like
fish night wearing mobster.
part of it too became near the end. It became like oh he wanted to get the special stand arrow so he could become a big strong man.
Yes.
But yeah, the kill the daughter I think is the more like prescient and relevant thing throughout the entire arc of part 5.
Yes, and wanted to make more money with drugs.
Pucci
After
wanted
that.
to achieve heaven, which is like
Yes,
also very big brained, very
It's
well
a
established.
very global scheme of just like anyway, it's just resetting the world essentially.
Yeah, he wanted to like bend reality to his whim. Seven,
Valentine wanted to make America great again.
literally yes. But like the way it wasn't just like I want America to be big and strong. Like Valentine has like a very well fleshed out like ideology of like the only way to make your desires come true is to act first and to act most effectively and like so here now going to part 8 with Toru we got a one offhand line that he wants to make money and then this chapter he's upset that expensive things are being broken like no I don't buy
He
it
runs the hospital.
yeah and I'm
He
let's
he
be
has a
real
weird relationship with his ex-girlfriend.
let's be real. If
and-
he wanted to, if Toru wanted to make a lot of money in the healthcare industry, he'd be in America. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen?
I-
He'd be a pharmaceutical exec, which he kind of is, but he'd be in America. He wouldn't be in Japan.
So you back on the Kato, the main villain of Part 8?
I think it's. I'm like halfway. I'm so convinced it's Jobin, and I have been so convinced it's Jobin for a long time, just because Jobin has been around in the story for so long. He's been such a like a he's
A
such a
focal point of many arcs.
exactly yeah, and he's like paired against Gappy in like a real tangible way in like the fight with the Beatles,
I
and
feel like it will have to come to family versus family, like who the real victor is gonna come to who loves their family even more, and he's gonna be like, I've shown that, and Gabby's like, and you're like, you don't even know your mother, kind of thing.
But yeah, so not to make a whole tangent about villains, but I don't know. Like, I would be shocked and appalled, frankly, if Toru was the main villain of Part 8. That would just be very weird.
Yeah, it's because those two characters have been like sprinkled in like earlier, but Jobin more so ever. But Jobin been so out of action, and it's like something you don't see of like a main villain being like knocked out for like a long period of time. You see him get L's sometimes, but like never been like knocked out for like basically assuming they're dead for like a while.
Well, that's also kind of like, I don't like the idea of a main villain in JoJolion because, like, we're already far enough into it where it doesn't really correlate to any other part. Because, like, every other part, we've had, like...
It's been, like, closing is, like, it's like the Hitman Squad of Part 5, where it's, like, a faction that's been, like, the more antagonistic until they brought in the boss.
And even with the boss, there was a little bit of early foreshadowing. Like, of course, it's kind of a twist halfway through where you learn that he wants to murder Trish. But this whole... I don't know. I don't like the idea that JoJolion has to have a main villain, like, that fulfills X, Y, and Z. But from, like, a storytelling standpoint, I think Jobin makes the most sense because he's just like been around for so long. He's been always so menacing. We've seen his motives very clearly. Um, it's about protecting the family basically, and um, don't get in front of him. What's that meme? It's like she was crazy and he was her lover, and don't you
He
dare
was,
kill his queen. It's the Joker and Harley Quinn
it's
thing.
the yeah, and God help anybody that like messes with his queen or something like
And
that.
instead of Jobin or instead of Joker and Harley Quinn, it's Jobin and Sarugi.
Yeah, I definitely feel that he needs to be knocked out of the way because there's still like Jobin, of course, his mom and Tsurugi. Like those are the things we still need to get settled. And Toru, I think, especially with that plane part coming out, I feel it's gonna be hitting him. But I guess we'll get there. We still have more.
Dude, how
Little
great
bit
would
left
it
to
be
talk
if
about.
wait, so if the plane part hit Toru, that would be the greatest shit I've ever seen.
Well, I'll get that and when we get to the
Okay,
prediction
yeah. I feel
stuff.
like you're playing your hand a little bit. That's a really good theory though.
Yes, but
All right,
but
where are
then we
we?
get he gets kicked. Gabby gets a kick on Wonder Review, but also gets
But
bubbles into his leg.
so yeah, he like this is one of
He
like
he
the
still gets hit because he kind of like reacts to getting like but it's not like enough to like really affect Toru.
So this is the one scene that I do have some thoughts about, but I don't really know like so I have the whole idea like cuz the head doctor is dodging all of the bubbles earlier and like so I'm assuming he can't control them, but like right here it seems like he's kind of goading Gappy to kick him so that Gappy will get hit by his own leg. Also,
Well,
Gappy is
I don't.
kicking a stand. Can we talk about this?
Yeah, wait. Well, first off, I don't think Toru like thinking of that plan. He just like I want him to attack me physically so he get affected by Clammy in some way because he
That's true.
doesn't know how it will affect them, other than it just will.
Very true. But yeah, so Gappy is choosing not to use his stand to attack the stand. He's using his own human leg to hit the stand.
Jim, Jim, we call this the Mista brain set,
The
the Mista mindset,
Mr.
where you
Mindset.
where he's Mista sees Crush and the first thing I'm gonna shoot this giant fish stand with a fucking bullet that's gonna totally affect it when his whole gimmick is just affecting shooting the user.
Yeah, it's just
So
stupid.
Gabby's like, I'm gonna kick a stand user in the freaking face.
Not even. He's going to
Like,
kick a stand. I'm going to kick a stand in the face. But it seems like it
I
works. I mean, like,
well, I guess because the stand can be seen by other and like actually like physically like interact with other people. Because I'm pretty sure he does shake his hands of Pangea Land.
he
I want to
did.
say
Yeah, he gave him a business
he does
card.
give him the card or he gives the Pangea Land the L, as we say,
He gives him
and
the L. So maybe,
he does physically interact. So I guess he can be kicked by normal humans.
yeah, maybe like because we did see, and I think
Stands work whatever way they want.
it's true. You're entirely right. We did see the last chapter though. It seems like Sotaru Akifu is a real person. So maybe the stand is just like
Or he was a
inhabiting his
real
body.
person.
Yeah, but like it seems like the stand might just be like somehow merged with his body, like kind of like that one scene in part 5 when in the Man in the Mirror fight when Abakio gets split in half and half of his body is um Moody Blues and the other half is him. Maybe it's something like that, like we got a human stand hybrid.
I mean, whether Vanilla Ice could use that too with Cream, like just going inside a stand, kind of like merging in
Hmm
a way.
We also okay. Someone on Twitter mentioned this. I wish I remembered who it was, but they said like, "Are you going to talk about how weird his hands are?" Because he has like these weird like
Sartoru's or Wonder Reviews.
well both like this like stand that Gappy's fighting here. He has
Do-
like the his knuckles have like weird bony protrusions. It's creepy. I like it.
So I said that one prologue like bio thing was about like the whole Disguise thing, but basically just saying he can like once you know him, he switches back and forth like from his stand, but nothing about like he just changed form. Nothing saying like he emerged or anything. Maybe
Yeah.
not yet, but
Um.
so.
Okay. So moving
I
back
think that's
on.
it. Gappy's leg. Gappy takes so much damage from one review. This is probably this is the most damage a single person has taken from a single stand. That's not like an end game like god tier level stand.
Maybe it's definitely up
Like he's
there.
getting messed up.
Wonder if you has
Like
such a high body count. It's kind of insane.
and like it's a but yeah, like Gabby's been affected by the raindrops from him. Like the whole just trying to chase him alone in like the parking lot in the hospital. Like he has been messed up by the singular stand for so long.
Yeah,
So like, I can't wait to see the satisfying him actually like landing a blow.
it's gonna be
But
great.
then we see a drawer open with some kind of like some effects coming out of it. What could that be?
We didn't
Born this
actually.
way.
I'm sorry, we did miss one thing. This thing
Hmm.
confounds me, and I don't understand it.
What?
So this is actually a page right before Josuke kicks him. So Wonder of You finds a knob and turns
Yes,
it.
I saw that. I wouldn't take a note of that. I forgot to take a note of that. I did remember seeing that. And I'm like, was that just like one of the like machines for like?
It looks like a stereo.
I don't think it was Born This Way. Did he put Born This Way
He might have
on the?
started playing Born This Way.
I thought it was just like something to help just call it the Clammies to show up because it's just kind of like medical. I'm pretty sure someone in the comments would know what kind of like medical device that is.
Yeah, okay, but so I just wanted to bring that up before we forgot because it doesn't. I can't seem to find a way where that comes back. We see in another shot later, like when Josuke is falling down on that drawer thing.
Yeah,
We see it again, and it just looks like a stereo, kind of like just like you know how like a car stereo looks, just like the actual console part, not the
I thought it'd be like
speakers.
a heartbeat monitor or something like that.
Maybe I don't know. Like I just think it's weird that he puts emphasis on him turning it. Like
If anybody knows what that device is at all, like if you have a little bit of knowledge of devices like that or did look into it, just put in the
yeah,
comments.
help me, help my small brain understand what Akifu is doing here, or Toru or whatever.
Help us poor Americans with our crappy healthcare understand Japanese healthcare machines because we wouldn't know.
I've never even seen a hospital before.
I've never been to the hospital.
I actually have been in the hospital many times, but only once as
For
required.
you? All right.
All right, so
I never.
um
So yeah,
yeah.
then we get the drawer open with like the effects coming out of there. Like, oh, what's going on? Getting chilly in here. And then Born This Way revs out. It's so good. I love seeing Born This Way again
What an
in full
incredible
effect.
panel. Just an amazing, amazing panel of Born This Way popping out. And like so I guess that was the stand condition being met. Was this drawer opening? Was this
Yeah,
is this drawer
you have
opening?
to.
I can't tell.
It's a secret. You have to like open something for it to come out.
And it seems like it is coming out of that little crevasse there.
Yeah,
But
I'm assuming it's a
amazing.
drawer.
That
Not the most clear drawer.
yeah, but this shot is amazing of Born This Way just
Yes,
blasting through.
and it freezes the bubbles, which is like huge kind of thing.
Yes, it freezes the bubbles and then it redirects them. So
Yes,
this is like okay, I'm just so amazed with this because we haven't seen Born This Way for like 80 chapters. Has it maybe
that's
been?
the sounds about right. Around
Let me
80,
look it
80 to
up.
70.
Yeah, at least 70.
Yeah,
And the fact that Born This Way's rules and stand ability still work exactly the same are amazing. Okay, yeah, it debuted in chapter 12. So
wow. I think more.
and the fact that not only Born This Way is a motorbike with a rider.
Yes,
Something needs to be opened for it to activate.
yes.
And its powers are not just like freezing, but it is also like blasting wind. Like it can like make freezing wind gales, and that's exactly what it does here. It like shoots, it freezes the bubbles, and then it shoots them at the head doctor. It's amazing.
Yes, and it breaks his signature cane.
Yeah, everyone freaking out, I guess, about this cane being broken.
Cane that he can make go through walls.
Oh,
So yes,
it's
yeah, he
great.
hits. He managed to get a hit on one review like in the head, and it cuts to Toru like bleeding, which is crazy.
Oh, I got so hyped when I saw that huge chunk of flesh missing from Wonder Review's head.
Tell me, do you bleed?
You
You
will.
will.
And then
So yeah,
his response being unthinkable. This can't be.
it's even more than like when Mamazuku got like an inch to his head. It's
So
just telling you that she's being hit. But yeah, then basically just she comes into the room, and then we kind of just get the line of something's in the bubbles that can't be seen, which has been stated like 20 times, like chapters leading up to this.
yeah, so the narration as reads says those soap bubbles just now inside them. It was just as Mamazuka Rai had said. Something quote unquote Josuke had not realized, and something that can't be seen is in them.
Also, a funny note, since Gappy destroyed like almost like all of Kaka, there's like anything that could heal Mamazuku, it's like destroyed now.
Yeah, I love that so much. It's so fucking funny.
But yeah, it was awesome.
So
We should get more into predictions, I guess now.
yeah, it was awesome. I love it. I love Born This Way. I'm a huge fan. This also is so good because I know it happens sometimes in JoJo, but having like stand synergy attacks is the coolest shit ever. Because here we're seeing Soft and Wet and Born This Way like using like a team attack basically. Um,
Yeah.
oh, it's wonderful.
Yes. So I guess with the plane part. So people think, people are having friction. They think like it's gonna like Gabby's gonna find a way to utilize a spin and reverse Calamity onto Toru, and that's gonna cause the plane part to come and just nail him and like just turn him into crumbs.
So yeah, it's because it's kind of assumed that it's gonna hit Yasuho just based on the his saying that she's at the top of the
That's the
list.
initial target.
And yeah, it would actually be perfect because if he's able to do that, it would just need to like go a few feet over since he's just a couple feet away from her.
Which I hate because we won't get the nut. We won't get the nut if that
Oh, we're not
happens,
getting
though.
the
But
nut. There's Sam. There's no nut here. No nut November
God damn it.
came and went.
God damn it, 2020! How dare you?
I hate to say it. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You really do.
But no,
So,
great
oh
chapter.
no. So okay, so it's gonna reverse Calamity, gonna hit Toru. Yasha will be fine, Mitsu will be fine, and then Jobin will live because the Calamity got reversed, and he'll be fine.
Would that heal everyone? Would that heal Rai then?
Maybe it could revert. It could reverse everybody's Calamity. Who knows?
I don't.
Maybe not Rai because of spin rules. Got hit by spin bubbles, but
I think that's kind of weird. Like the idea of it just reversing things. Like the idea of it, like shifting it so that it like
At least
redirects on Toru feels very like
reverse
Steel Ball Run.
I think a reversible one that it has on that list, like definitely reverse. Like it won't affect Mitsuba, Yashiho, Gappy, and like maybe Jobin could just they're like, oh, it like you're fine. An inch closer, you'd be dead, kind of thing.
It is just really funny to me to imagine, like so Jobin is like sitting there, like he still has that little like piece of metal that like all the blood leaked out, and then like when it gets if this weird theory happens where it gets reversed, all of the blood just goes off the ground and like goes back into in the hole to his heart.
Well, thank God I used Speed King to cauterize that heart wound and get rid.
But no, so this
So before this chapter, I had a really funny theory in my head of like how they're going to like. Cause Toru was making a big deal, like, oh, if you see my face, you're gonna die, kind of thing. They're just gonna get die because he's blind to go, to take his memories of like any kind of stand ability from him. I had like, oh man, that'd have been great.
That's really smart. That's really funny because like
People synergy.
yeah, it's really funny. I feel like we see a lot of those just because like you think about the how many people are just reading JoJolion at this time and like all of those brains working simultaneously to create these crazy theories and like it's almost never what actually happens.
Just be like, but if you see me, you'll die. Like, I can't see you. I'm blind.
And yeah, it kind of reminds me. I know I've mentioned this before. I hope it wasn't on the podcast, but George R. R. Martin once said like that there's just going to be the chance that like with the internet, fans are going to accidentally find their way to the ending. Like they're going to just be able to like use theories and like foreshadowing to find out what your ending is, and then it's like, okay, well, do I change it or do I keep it how I originally visioned it? And we get little quirks of that where like sometimes there's like a chapter mistranslation, like that one time, and everyone theorized that
Blue Hawaii.
no, it was the one with oh yeah, the Blue Hawaii thing. Yeah, the whole idea that Josuke had sent the present or he sent the package to someone, and there was a slight mistranslation, and everyone thought it was like going to be a million different things, and then we were all wrong. So I thought that was just a really funny thing.
Yeah, funny how
keep
things
us
work
guessing.
out. That's the fun part about this. We can make these stupid predictions.
Ah, yes, and I do love. I cherish this time that we get to talk about JoJo together.
You know what? You know how I say the blood goes right back into Jobin? Mitsuba could use her arrows to just put it right back in there because that's how it works.
I mean, we've seen her use the stand in weirder ways. So.
Reattach limbs, essentially putting like fixing like little like nerve endings and surgery like on her with just the arrows. I mean, if Bruno can use zippers, she can use arrows, and I can assume it can work on. Yeah, it worked on Trish's hand, so it can work on his heart, I guess.
Why not?
Why not?
I just thought it's kind of crazy that Part 4 Josuke doesn't become like a special like like youth rejuvenation like masseuse or something. Like I'm sure he could easily get a masseuse license and then just like do his stand a little bit, like rewind time a bit so that all of his
Wait,
people like
wait,
don't
what?
age.
Part 4, Chad?
Part 4, Josuke. Yeah, you know his stand rewinds time.
The fuck?
That's what his stand does.
It doesn't rewind time. It just puts it back to its original state.
Exactly. Yeah, he'll just put you back to your original state like a few days ago.
When he freaking revived Jokakaka, he did like oh yeah what the, no Hayato, he did like he did like reverse his age to like even younger.
I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about? Even Okuyatsu, when he healed him, he did like, oh, Okuyatsu, you're 1 year younger. It's like,
Well, why would he do that? He's just trying to save their life. Like,
yeah, he
I
wasn't
mean,
thinking. He reversed him 1 age younger. Wow, way to go, Josuke.
but like, think about it. Like, what is? It's such a like poorly defined like description. Like, so okay, revert it to its original thing. Okay, I'm gonna revert you to
I
your
was like,
original
you think
form 3 years ago.
you're making it think like he has like Abakio's like power.
No, but that's not
I
what
was-
Ibaka's power is.
I know, but like you're making it feel like some weird thing of like just turning back time.
He kind of does that though.
It's just not how that works. You cannot revert back time,
He
dude.
kind of can. I mean, like, we're really just splitting hairs here. I'm gonna.
Wow,
hold
you
on.
broke the like. It's not how that works. I can't. Like, if he somehow was successful in reviving his grandfather, like, wow, you made me like I'm 40 years. Like, oh wow, you're my father, Joseph Joestar. I'm gonna make you a like 60-year-old like Chad old man again.
Josuke's stand, Crazy Diamond, can restore objects and organisms to a previous state in their history. That is this fucking stand description. Why could he
Yes,
not
but
just
he
restore?
never does it. He doesn't make anybody younger.
Because his fucking brain is too small. He's a high school dropout, Sam.
Oh my god.
Okay, people in the chat.
It'd be literally broken if he had an age. If he actually like went with the age fucking changing power.
Sure, why not? It's JoJo. Everyone's stands are broken to
He
a
already
certain
had
degree.
someone had that power in part 3.
Wait, what? Rewinding time?
Unless power could like de-age you.
Okay, but these are different things. Alessi's power seems to de-age you to like age 2. We don't want
No.
that, obviously. We're like, so he just opens up like a masseuse
we
parlor.
Can we just
And-
move on from this
No,
stupid
no.
shit?
No,
This is literally
okay.
me to explain the fucking bird panel in part 3.
Well, no, but I'm right here, and you were wrong.
No. Please put a
All right,
comment
people in
if
the
who's
chat.
right and who's wrong.
Yeah, comment. Am I right? Could Josuke Higashikata Part 4 open up a massage clinic where he just he restores people
And
back
plus,
to younger age?
He should never like, be anything other than like a fucking cop. I love the like stuff of him just becoming like a cop like his grandfather. Like that's my favorite thing of like fan art, like fan canon.
But he's like a lazy grifter. So I think it makes more sense for him to do a job where he's not actually doing the job. Like he's just using a stand.
He's a small town cop. He wouldn't be doing anything.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Maybe it's Morio, maybe a little bit because he was Rohan's bullshit, but like, and like the guy lived in a freaking tower.
I
But,
don't know. I really like this AU that I've created where he has a
No,
massage
fuck you.
parlor. All right, people in the chat, vote massage parlor or no massage parlor. And by that I mean, am I
No,
right or is Sam
that
wrong?
wasn't the vote.
Am I right or is
Fuck
Sam
you.
wrong?
Team Sam or Team Jim?
Team Sam or Team Jim? This is it. This
Can we
is
get on
Civil
any
War.
other theories before I home strangle?
I'm gonna. This is gonna be the thing that splits the podcast up, Sam. This is gonna be our John and Aaron moment.
John and Aaron? No.
Um,
No.
On air. Yeah, you know how Game Grumps
Yeah.
broke up on air. All right.
Anything else?
Do we have any
Do you
more
have-
predictions or
I
theories?
literally
about
like deleted any other predictions from my head because of that entire thing you wanted to bring up. You have anything else?
that? I do. So you know how every stand fight is like it's like a pendulum that swings back and forth where when one team seems like they have the upper hand, the other one gets it. So I'm gonna predict next chapter.
Why didn't
It's not
Gabby
gonna
simply
be the end
just
of this
take the
arc.
youth away from TOORU and just de-age him?
Shut up. He could. So we know that Josuke has the ability to take abstract concepts away from
hate you
things.
so
He could take the
goddamn much.
age away from Toru and make him a baby. No, listen to my real theory.
I hate you so much.
So, all right. So I think next chapter, the head doctor is going to have the upper hand on this fight. Because right now it looks too good. It looks too easy. Like it looks like what's her face is gonna win. Kay is just gonna win the fight, but no, it can't be that easy. It's JoJo. Every fight has like these crazy 11th hour twists. So I think in the next two chapters we might see him get killed by Gappy. Like, okay, so next chapter is gonna be Kay starts to win but then loses or starts losing, and then Josuke discovers what
Wait
this
a
new
minute.
ability is because the last
Tires spin.
the tagline
Spin.
yes
4.
the tagline the little like message they leave for the to be continued is soft and wet has something quote unquote further.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get the soft and wet. Not I don't know if these gonna have a stand evolution. I hope not because the stand already has a great design. But we're definitely gonna see Gappy use a new
Yeah.
ability.
I
hope.
I was like,
Please
it's
God, I
not gonna
hope.
have the what's it called, love train thing of like Tusk 4 breaking the like here's Johnny through the wall kind of thing. There's no like visual to the calamity, so
Mhm.
I don't know how it's gonna be close to satisfying as that it was, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be really hard for the ending of JoJolion to have a moment as satisfying or have as many satisfying moments as the end of Steel Ball Run, but
We'll see.
I'm hype. I'm ready for it. Once Jobin stands up,
Stands
um,
up. I get it.
yes, I'm gonna scream and yell and cheer.
Kato would come in. These cards will take away your age, and I can redirect it into someone else, into another
Shut up.
card.
You're just mad that I am using stand abilities in a smarter way than the stand users, whatever use them.
God damn it. I hate it. Alright, anything else before
You're just, I mean, you just are so overwhelmed by my big
I'm
brain.
kind of
that you
hungry and
can't
I'm
even...
kind of hangry and I'm going to punch someone. Maybe you.
All right.
I don't have a Snickers.
I love this chapter. Yeah, have a Snickers, Sam.
I wish.
You're a real golden girl right now.
Golden girl.
You're a real golden girl.
Which
You're a real Betty White.
I'm fine with being Betty White's character in Golden Girls.
I honestly can't name a single
can't
one.
name-
I know one is
Do you not know Blanche?
what? Okay, I do. Blanche Dubois
From this is.
from Street
I was
Cleaning
like, you not
Desire.
remember the Golden Girls about his Danganronpa, the most amazing YouTube video ever made?
I know the one is like their mom, and she's like really old, but she's actually like the youngest, I think, of
It's like
actors.
Estes or Eustace or something.
Estes.
There's things with an E. I'm 100% serious. 'Cause I did
Estes
did
is
watch
what they
Golden.
use in Dark
But
Souls.
growing up with my grandma, she did watch Golden Girl reruns, and I watched a couple with her as a kid.
All right, we've got Blanche Devereaux, we've got Dorothy, we have Sophia, we have Rose.
Nope,
Okay, you're
I was
wrong.
wrong.
There's just
I was wrong for this once. Not
Estes.
I wasn't wrong on the other thing, but this thing in particular, I was wrong.
all right. Let's end this shit.
Before-
Do you want to thank you guys for listening? This is a great chat. What do you think of the chapter?
Awesome. I thought it was great. Great way to end the year, and I can't wait to do our year in JoJo review of this.
Yeah, oh yeah, we can actually do that now because
Yes.
the last chapter came out. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled on our channel. I'd like to get it out like around New Year's. I think that'd be really fun.
Once I get past
Um,
the holidays, I will be down.
Yeah, so look out for that.
Yes.
We're gonna do a little discussion about all of the JoJo chapters that came out this year.
Yes, which is almost
Uh,
all Endless Calamity, except for like 3
think so.
chapters.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, keep an eye out for that. It'll be fun.
Yes.
We're hoping to have some guests on there. Or, we know we have a guest. So we hopefully have more than
I
one.
guess or 2.
We'll
Who
see.
knows? We'll see. And so can I do the plug now?
Of course, baby.
All right. Thank you all again for listening. We gave you plenty of things up there for the comments. So yeah. So other than that, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Jim didn't do his shameless plug in the beginning of it, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't do my shameless plug. Yeah.
Please, you can check out, like we mentioned, Hunter x Hunter.
Shit.
We have a podcast for that.
I do want to say, wait, sorry, let me cut you off. Engagement is so important for channels to grow, and I know like our numbers of people listening at this moment are probably dropped. Definitely, if you care about seeing us succeed, leave a comment and a like.
Yes.
They really do help.
Leave a review on like iTunes as well, like or anywhere, anything you could do on anywhere podcasts are available. That's cool as well.
Yeah, exactly. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us everywhere. Like all these things just contribute to us being seen by more people, growing more.
Tell a friend too. Word of mouth also is a suitable way to spread it.
Exactly. Do you know?
Also-
you know what else word of mouth spreads? COVID-19.
Yes.
So be careful. So wear a mask when you spread the word of Jokakaka.
Yeah. Or just do it online. Of course, you also join the Discord and talk to other people about the chapter and among other things. I think I think that's it, right? Unless you have anything else to plug.
Um, nope.
Nope. All right. I think that. Oh yeah, one more thing. You can follow each of us and the pockets on Twitter. I almost forgot.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, I think that's it.
All
Now,
right. Well, once again, thank you so much. I know this episode's coming out in the holiday
Merry
season.
yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope everybody stays safe, and I hope you enjoy this year of JoJo, and I hope you join us on our year review.
Yes, very much so. Merry Christmas and happy holiday, happy new year. Bye bye,
Yes,
everybody.
Happy New Year. Bye.